What's up, guys and gals? It's your host with the most, Griever, as always, bringing you guys some more Jujutsu Kaisen, chapter 218, entitled Bath Number 3. Not bath number 2, not bath number 4, but bath number 3. And before we even get underway, is anybody else disappointed? Is anybody else feeling like a little like about this chapter? Because, I mean, I am, and I think the sole reason that this stems from is that no Maharaga, right? I think that's the big thing that sort of took the carpet out from underneath our feet and watched us faceplant about this chapter, because overall, chapter's pretty good. Nothing really wrong with the chapter. The chapter's fine. We get to introduce to a couple more shadows. I don't think we've ever seen the bull, and certainly never seen the tranquil deer before. I really like the look of that deer. That deer is pretty cool. And I mean, on the very first page, we get a naked woman. And I mean, even if she's a little batshit crazy, I mean, tits are tits, right? So I don't really, like, there's nothing really wrong with this chapter. It's just, I think it's a little disappointing for a lot of people. Like, I was expecting to see Maharaga. Apparently, he's got the Maharaga wheel, you know, the pirate ship captain's wheel above his head right now. Sukuna does. But it seemingly isn't doing anything yet. So, I really think that this was this was a misstep. This was a misstep because I really couldn't get into this chapter that well, even after rereading it a couple of times and sitting on it all day. I really just couldn't really sink my teeth into how cool the Tranquil Deer is, and the potential that next chapter, by the looks of it, we're going to get a domain expansion, apparently, in the ways of love, to show you true love. I think it's a domain expansion. I've been checking like Reddit and Discord, and a lot of people are saying the same thing, that's her way of saying, no, you don't know what true love is. I will show you what the true form of love takes, and is going to use this attack. And I'm pretty, like, it might just be an attack, but I'm more confident with a lot of people that are saying it's a domain expansion, which, I mean, that'll be kind of interesting to see and stuff like that. But yeah, I think this chapter boils down to the fact that it was a misstep to place this chapter here. I really think it was. I think that Gege should not have basically hyped us up or red herringed us with the Maharaga wheel at the end of the last chapter and stuff like that, for him to not deliver in this following chapter. Because, as I said, I've gone over the chapter. I have very little complaints other than the fact that I'm sitting there like, where the hell is Maharaga the whole damn time? And if you're reading, it doesn't even matter if it's a week-to-week. It could be a month-to-month series or something like that. And you're expecting this big-time thing to happen next chapter, and you can't wait to sink your teeth into the next page, next chapter, and stuff like that. And then you turn the page, and it doesn't happen. All right, let's turn the next page, and the next page, and the next, and the next, and it just doesn't happen. You're not going to have a fair and an unbiased assessment of that chapter. That's why I'm not really saying too much about the chapter itself, because I have a sort of a negative opinion, but that's more Gege's switcheroo of the chapter's fault than anything else. Am I the only one that feels that way? Like, as I said, will we see Maharaga from Sukuna? Maybe in this fight, but now it's looking more unlikely since he summoned it above his head instead of summoning it proper. So maybe we will see it, maybe we won't. And now that leads us to the big question mark. Are we going to see Maharaga in this fight? Are we going to get to see the Sukuna version of Maharaga yet? A tamed Maharaga? Or was that just a little bit of a, ha-ha, joke's on you. You thought you were getting that. So sad, you know, and it's like, okay, that's fine, but don't expect me to be happy about it, you know what I mean? So, and once again, I just think this is a bit of a misstep to put this chapter here, because I think if this chapter had, because the wheel does nothing, so you didn't even need that. Had we not had that panel last chapter, and had this whole chapter happen with no indication that Maharaga was being summoned, it would be a fine chapter, and I think a lot of people would say, oh yeah, this was cool. Once again, the Raging Bull, or the Piercing Bull, or whatever it was called, the Bull Tenshao is really cool, and that Tranquil Deer, I love the design, I love the fact that is using reverse curse technique. Now, once again, I don't think Fushiguro is up to summoning all these different shadows. I think that Fushiguro can't yet summon the Tranquil Deer in this powerful form yet that can use, reverse curse technique and healing capabilities and canceling out cursed energy and stuff like that. I don't think that he has the capacity yet to summon it. That's why he hasn't yet, is the most likely. Or maybe he's not even aware. Once again, how much does he actually know about his own technique? Sukuna is definitely very familiar with the Ten Shadows technique. Maybe he's aware of its full potential and can draw out its full potential. Sort of reminds me of in Inuyasha. Yeah, Inuyasha's got the Tetsugyu, he's got the sword. Sesshomaru knows all the moves. And Inuyasha takes episodes and episodes and chapters to figure out how to even use the first main move that got its name, the sword that can kill 100 demons in a single slash. That's, and he took tons of time, but Sesshomaru already had the knowledge and knew how to do that. So an example here was maybe Sukuna, who's very versed in it, is the Sesshomaru in this case. And Fushiguro is the one that's still learning, even about his own technique. So maybe that's the thing. Maybe he's not aware that by summoning Tranquil Deer, he can use reverse curse technique. Maybe he's not powerful enough to summon Tranquil Deer and use reverse curse technique, even if he knows about it. So yeah, as I said, if we dive into the actual chapter itself, it's fine. But there's a reason that I'm recording this so late, and there's a reason that I wasn't jumping out of my seat and after the stream yesterday and oh, the JJK chapter dropped, gonna make that recording even if I'm half buzzed up and happy about having a good stream and stuff. No, I was just and I was really disappointed last night. So trust me, you didn't want that review last night. And even all day today, making this review was not a priority because I'm just sitting here with a little bit of disappointment. Now, I know I'm not the only one who feels this way, as I said, because I've checked out some Discords and some, a little bit of Reddit and stuff like that, and I've seen that a lot of people are kind of at the very least, they're not really bad-mouthing the chapter. They're just like me. It's not the chapter's fault that Gege decided to pull a prank, and not a prank in the best attitude. Well, that's not the word I'm looking for. In the best, not in the best light. No. In the best scenario. No, I can't think of the saying. Anyways, but the fact of the matter is that the chapter was fine. And they fight, and apparently we're getting domain expansion. By the looks of it, it's not called that yet, but we'll have to wait and see next week with the next chapter. And will we get to see Maharaga, I think is the real question. Now that Gege has teased us with this red herring, a joke in bad taste, a prank in bad taste. That's what I was trying to think of. Since he's done that, will he now double down and end up showing us Maharaga at the end of the fight? Or is he saying, no, I'm not showing you that yet? And that actually begs the question, are we ever going to see Sukuna use Maharaga? Because this was the prime opportunity to do it, and damn, you know what I mean? So, anyways, that's it from me. I hope that no one's too upset with this review. I know that once I have an opinion that JJK isn't 10 out of 10 for one chapter, or a character's 10 out of 10, all of a sudden I'm the evil spawn of whatever. I'm the evil spawn sort of idea, right? That I'm a hater and all that stuff. So in the fandom. So I hope that this review goes over. I think as I said, there's nothing wrong with the chapter. The chapter would be fine. I think its placement is in a poor position, and Gege should have known better to not tease Maharaga at the end of the last chapter and then to not deliver, right? I mean, that's all it is. That's all it boils down to. And yeah, that's my shot at it. I think the chapter's fine, but it was disappointing. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. I got nothing really more to say. I mean, it's what it is, I guess. We'll see you guys next week, 219. Hopefully, we're done with that, and we can really sink our teeth into and enjoy the next chapter. So, anyways, that's it for me. Sayonara, everyone. Have a good one.